Already from the loading screen, the player could tell that Demon's Souls is spiritual. Both the text and slow-moving mist above the text give the impression that spirits are about in this game. For example, instead of traditional experience points, the game instead has soul points. This is probably because the game has to do with enveloping the souls of demons and taking their shit. The game says,
And the power of a mature demon's soul is beyond human imagination.
this either means that the demon's soul is either unimaginably weak or strong. For example, bosses like the shitty-ass Phalanx have weak-ass souls, while bosses like the badass old hero have insanely powerful souls. Basically, I believe the game is warning you of the upcoming shitty-ass first boss. Besides the Vanguard, of course. I like that boss. He has a badass axe. He forces the player to drop his or her shield and dodge for his or her life. The first part of the game does a good job of showing that this game is magical because of the elements within the first two levels. The tutorial level and the first stage of the False King. And holy fuck, look at this cutscene. His arms are flying in the air, like he just does not care. What badassery. Well, as you can see, this music's badass. This is the first time you can see how magical the game is. Whoa! Demon Souls! Bam! Nah! Dead! You're stabbed! Fuck you! I blocked you with my shield! Yeah! Ah! Yeah! Stab you! Take my foot! Yeah! Oh, you're right there too. Fuck you. Bam! Oh shit. Fucking exploded through the wall. That skeleton is pissed off. You are trying to take his souls, and he doesn't want any of that shit. But luckily, the Mist Dude's here. BAM! Dun 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 dun. The switch from one place to another shows the player the magical element of teleporting. The player has 5 main nodes they can teleport through in the Nexus to bet that big ass dragon dragon. This is how the player should feel the first time they step through one of the nodes. I'm guessing that night they showed was pretty fucked. The title screen does a good job of showing that even the game's letters are magical. The letters fade in like a painting, and there is mist all around the title, just like in the loading screen. There's so much going into the title, which counts as the beginning of the game, technically because of the fact that the title is usually the first thing the player sees besides the other logos, to clue the player in to the fact that even the game's letters are magical. What a nice name, huh? Well, I'm a knight, my dude has red hair, he has a shitty haircut, and I'm ready to go. That is all you need to know about my character. This cutscene reinforces the idea of souls in this game. The old woman talking seems like she has been around for a while. This is probably because she was around during the 1960s and 1970s, a time when soul music was popular. But listening to that music most likely gave her power beyond imagination. I mean, listen to this. That is some badass music right there. I just probably gave myself some souls for listening to it. The demons display some important points as well. The game talks about how the demons started and why they want human souls, and why the players want their souls.
Men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns.
Well, that doesn't explain what the demons wanted, though.
Valarfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls.
That explains why we want the demon souls.
Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force.
Okay, yeah, that's the
And
part
the
where it says
power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination.
Yeah, remember that part from the beginning? Yeah, I showed you guys that.
The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned.
Yeah, that gives like a huge reason for exploring it
Pure
now.
of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief,
Oh, that guy's pretty cool.
Sage Urbane,
I don't like that guy.
Skurver the Wanderer,
He kind of just wanders around.
the Sixth Saint Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland,
Oh, that part's pretty tight.
and Sage Frake the Visionary.
Screw that.
The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders.
Oh, really?
Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction.
Pretty much every From Software game
The
ever.
deep fog will eventually swallow all lands, near and far.
Definitely. That deep
But
fog will
Boletaria
penetrate
has
us.
one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog.
That's you,
Has
or
the
me.
land found
Me
its
in this case.
savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
I'll probably be a savior. Here's one of the characters she talked about. I don't remember if he was in the game or not. The magical deep fog has more to do with the evil part of the magic in this game.
Brave soul.
Basically,
who fears
this
not
fog
death.
is leading the player to their demise in the beginning of the game.
I shall guide you.
The player steps in the portal, and the game feels like it's simply progressing. But this is a trick.
So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
Even though the game is progressing, it leads you to your death. Sure, the enemies start out easy. There are a few crazy dudes in the courtyard. Like Jim, as you can see here. Bam! He's dead. Now here's Jerry. Oh, this guy's fucked. Oh, fuck! Ah! Yeah, this guy's totally screwed. Here's Smith and James. James is on the left, Smith is on the right. Ah, fuck. I keep missing that power attack. Yeah, they're both dead. Here's Greg on my right. Ah, got me. Here's Nick. Harry. Matthew. And my personal favorite, Paul. Come on, die, Paul. Then, there are some soldiers within the ruin. They're a little tougher and they try to kill you, but they're still no match. See, I just destroyed that motherfucker. Then, things start to get sketchy once you see the knight. Oh shit! Fuck you! Ah, yeah, you think your power hit can get through my shield? No, it can't. Yeah, I can take your blows. Fuck. See how hard this guy is? He is really freaking crazy. Still got him though. But yeah, this shows you that things start to get a little fucked up. Now, the player should know that the difficulty in battles are escalating. The enemies are going to get bigger and bigger. This is when the second knight shows up. Now, he isn't tougher than the last knight, but the player might be weakened by this point. This is because the player just fought the last knight, and they might have forgotten to heal. So they went forward, then this guy comes out and just slaughters them. That is a very probable scenario. It shows that the game's magic is not a joke. I'll just get him through his shield. After the second night, there are some soldiers that are easy to get past, but it is obvious that they are guarding something from the player. This is a Vanguard. No, not this guy. It's this guy. Holy fuck. Look at this. I'm gonna kill you! See, this guy is lies to new players. There's almost no way a new player's gonna get past this. This guy's freaking hard. Watch him go. See, look how long that freaking reach is on him. Oh my gosh. Come on. Yeah, I think I got lucky right there. Better heal. Luckily, he's pretty slow, though. Oh, he's trying to fly again. Slash his ass. Slash your booty. The Vanguard is just there to let the player know that they're fucked. I mean, look at him. He has freaking 3 glowing eyes. Big ass axe. Big old giant claw hands. And big giant tail butt. As you can see, there are also some magical elements here. There's a spirit player supposedly fighting the Vanguard, while I am fighting him as well, but in a different dimension. Spirit player is probably an example of neutral magic. He does not help or hurt the player at all. And he or she is simply fighting the Vanguard in a different world. But keep in mind that the Vanguard is still an example of evil magic, because he is what the evil fog has laid out as a part of the road to your demise. As you can see, I have taken him down, but he is only an obstacle on the way to something much bigger than himself. This is why the magical fog is evil. The portal has led the player through some ruins, through the Vanguard, to the Dragon God. Basically, once the player has entered the portal, that was the end of his or her life. While I have been focusing on neutral and evil magic, there's also good magic in the game. The resurrection of the player is an example of good magic. The woman shown here keeps the player from being lost, puts him in the Nexus. Without this, he may have just gone hollow because of the Dragon God. That would have been much worse than the player's fate now, because he wouldn't have been able to continue his journey to kill some demons in Boletaria. But the main reason this is good magic is because of the problems facing the world around the player character. The fog keeps penetrating the land without its permission. The fog doesn't know that it needs the land's consent first, or else it will be charged with penetration without permission. Damn fog can't control its penetrating abilities. That fog needs to keep penetration in its pants. But, luckily, the good magic is here to punish the fog for its ruthless penetration without the land's consent. Now, this guy's an example of an asshole. He laughs at your demise just because he is depressed about the accursed land of Boletaria. He doesn't do much throughout the game besides sitting there and complaining the whole time, though. The complaint is what makes him an asshole. Instead of doing anything about the problems in Boletaria, he just sits there and farts his mouth off like, Boletaria is bad. Lazy asshole. Luckily, the blacksmith is there, though. He's an example of a cool dude, even though he isn't the most useful person in the game.
Do come back.
But both the blacksmith and the crestfallen warrior are examples of magic, because they're in the Nexus, as well as you. Thank God they balance each other out, though. I would hate to only have the crestfallen warrior around in there. I mean, that place would be like a giant butthole where spirits gather, without the blacksmith. I mean, I know the blacksmith is sort of an asshole, but he's not as much of an asshole as the crestfallen warrior. What an asshole. Oh wait, no he's not. The dragon is one creature in the game that players should feel sorry for. The dragon is an example of what asshole magic could do. The poor creature must do the same exact thing over and over again, and make the same exact sounds while doing the same exact thing. Watch this clip from later in my playthrough. As you may have noticed, you can hear the sound of wings flapping in the background. The dragon must continue to circle around this bridge forever until the player goes somewhere else. Ha! You see that arrow in my head? Man, that dragon must be extremely bored. Imagine waiting for a player character to cross the bridge just for the slight chance to be able to smite him with fire. Oh god, what a life. And this is an example of asshole magic. Whoever doomed this poor creature to this fate is such an asshole. The people who put the spell on this dragon must have been very lazy, because they didn't add any other actions to the dragon. I heard that they're called the From Wizards, or something like that. They're from Kingsfield, and many people have gone through their puzzles, but unfortunately, their armored core keeps them from dying. But dooming this dragon to its fate must mean they all have dark souls. I bet they created the Shadow Tower in some kiddie land that everyone forgets about. Now it's time to go back to the point where we were before I talked about the dragon. The whole castle resembles what has been destroyed by the deep fog that likes to penetrate unannounced. The enemies the player character faces are probably normal people who have been driven insane because of harmful penetration. These men on the bridge might have been Joe and Marley, but they aren't anymore. These guys next to the soul well, they sure as hell aren't Ferdinand and Mike. Take that! And the saddest of all, this blue dude is not able to feel love anymore. He used to be the most loving person, but now he's reduced to swordplay with random adventures instead of hugging puppies with his bare armor. Did you see how he tried to hug me? What a weird way to hug. He's really changed. And these guys in here, they have turned into retards. Actually, that's kind of funny. Like, they're like so stupid they just blew themselves up. Even though I was actually about to die. A bunch of idiots. Now here's an example of a type of magic in the game that helps the player out. Magical rings give notable stat benefits to the player. The first one that most people find is a cling ring here. The cling ring is notable because it gives back 25% of the health that the player loses when they die. The ring comes in handy if the player is stuck on a boss, needs a bit of health to beat the boss. Another ring that is very helpful is the thief ring. This one helps players sneak around and is in an interesting place. I mean, look how hard it is to find. This spot is a sneaky spot to place a ring in the game, and this signifies the ring's sneaky nature. Maybe this type of magic is only meant to be found by people who wish to take the alternate path in order to sneak around and slap some people silly with their long, sharp dagger. But it helps some bosses like the old hero boss because it keeps the player from being heard by sound. Ah, damn it, they just burned my titties. This is one of those few examples that make the thief ring look like it doesn't really work that well. But it actually does. This right now they already noticed me, so they already knew I was here, so that's why they're attacking me. Let me kill these guys. Ah! Nah! Bitches. Ugh.
My thanks for your brave rescue.
You're welcome. Oh shit! You're almost not rescued there. Now here's an example of how the thief ring helps with sneaking. Look how I just walk up to them. BAM! And watch this, watch this. Yeah. Yeah. Here is an example of bullshit magic. Look, his sword doesn't even touch me. Like, what the fuck's that shit? Fuck this fucking shit. Watch this. Take that, motherfucker. See, you missed. Come on, bitch. See, I already took out half your fucking health in one fucking strike, you little bitch. Yeah. Give me your grass. These boulders that are stuck in wood coming up ahead display more asshole magic. This is because of the fact that they aren't placed in the nicest spot. Seriously, think about it. Who in the holy magic of demon souls would place a bunch of boulders on a steep slope facing a bunch of dudes who will die if the wood breaks and the boulders start rolling? Must be the From Wizards. Such assholes! I've skipped to the part after I started talking about the dragon and the asshole magic surrounding it. By the From Software Wizards. Fuck those guys. I mean, they're such assholes. Like, all they do is just, like, fuck with everyone in the fucking game. I swear. It's so messed up. I mean, that dragon was, like, forced to circle around the same bridge over and over again. The fucking boulders. Everything just gets annoying. Look at that. The fuck is that? Shit. There goes that dragon again I feel sorry for. Oh shit! Come on, bitch. Yeah, got some grass. See these blobs with shields? That means I'm starting to come up to the Failings boss. The player could see the trail of happiness on the ground. So they're kind of like women, but without legs. Basically snails, holding up protection. Think of it. Snails, women, and these shield blobs are kind of like dark masses of slime. You know, if women don't have legs. Everyone knows, without legs, women would be like shooting out slime all the time, all over the ground. It would make a trail of happiness. But these dark masses of slime have shields and spears. I know this, and new players should, because of the difference between boobs and shields. Boobs are soft, round, and awesome. They also feel nice against your hands, but shields don't. Shields are cold, hard, and they're meant to keep people away, not to bring them in, like boobs. Imagine if boobs were hard and cold. That would suck ass. The player should know that these guys are much different than everything else in the level because of their shield and the fact that they are most vulnerable from behind, just like women. You know when you crawl behind a woman and you insert your sword? Basically like that with these guys. Just go up behind them and thrust like there aren't any souls coming your way until 9,000 swings. Now I am right next to the boss. Look at that. See that? Whenever you see a fog gate in this game, you know a boss is coming. Oh nice, he has some grass. Now, here's an incredibly weak boss, as I've stated before. The main enemy of this boss room is weak because it needs hell of those non-leg women thingies just to guard it. The boss can't do anything once the non-leg women shield thingies are dead besides run away. You don't see that in this boss fight featuring myself, but if one of the people watching this video were to go fight this boss right now, they will find that the main enemy here is a little weakling who doesn't know anything about fending for itself besides an army of non-leg women thingies. And maybe running away if you count that as a form of defense. What a little bitch-ass fucking creature. But this boss is extremely magical. Even the beast's appearance is magical. The blob thing has a bunch of light shooting out of its top butthole. It is able to move like a snail. And it can carry an army on its body. But this is an example of weak magic. While beings like the black dress woman in the Nexus can teleport people places and revive them, this creature is stuck to sliming around and harboring an army on its body. Not only is that fact weak, but what makes the boss even weaker is the fact that it requires it. It requires the army. And that's all it could do. If the boss is able to use his top magical butthole on the player, like the ray beam attack, then I'd be shitting bricks and running the fuck away from that thing. Maybe one of its attacks could have also been swallowing the player whole with its magical butthole and shooting the player across the map. I might be giving the From Wizards some ideas for their next game, but unfortunately, the boss never uses any of these ideas. The big bad creature doesn't even try to mow the player over to choke them out. It just sits there and hides in a corner. What kind of magic is that shit? I bet the creature's thinking, I'm able to hire an army and harbor them on my body, but I can't use anything else. What the fuck? I mean, if I was able to carry an army on my body, you know damn well I'd start mowing people over like a tractor. Fuck simply just running away. God, I'd take like 30 swings at him. Just so he could die from a fucking sword. Oh my gosh. What a weak ass bitch. Well, like, at least I got the weakest demon soul in the game, but there are way stronger ones that come up. Some of the best bosses are like the flaming spider, maybe also the flame lurker. That one's pretty badass. I think that one is like big ass dude who's like a Hulk pretty much, but he's made of fire and he fucking charges at you. I like that one. And also probably the old hero. I already mentioned that before, but that's one of my favorite bosses. I mean, at first, like, I was pissed off and I was like, wow, this is fucking impossible. It takes forever to get to that. But it's pretty fucking good for a boss. Dang, the Monumental is so magical that she took over my loading screen for this once. Is it a coincidence? I think not. The whole game is filled with magic, but the first two stages of Demon Souls clue the player into the fact that this is a magical game. Creatures have things like asshole magic surrounding them, weak magic within them, and the occasional good and bad magic sprinkled in between to help the player feel for the world because of the devastation with evil magic along with the second chances that come with good magic. I feel sorry for the creatures with asshole magic surrounding them because the From Wizards won't let them break their patterns. And I'm annoyed by the creatures with weak magic because they could accomplish so much more than they do in the game. But these two levels set the stage for a great magical game that tons of people, including me, will be detailing and using as an example for the years to come.
Do come back.
We have.